Peace to the family. Peace to the family. It is me, Brother DSP, your friendly neighborhood media personality. And you're now tapped into another installment of Onslaught Multimedia. Hope y'all been enjoying the content. But of course, today, we discussing the normal shit that I normally talk about on this channel. You know, the bozos on these YouTube streets. And the two bozos I'm discussing today been on these YouTube streets for a while. Still on these YouTube streets. Making a fool of themselves. Making a mockery of themselves. One thinks... well, no, I can't even say one. Both of them think they're above the world. Both of them think they hot shit. You know what I mean? When neither of them ain't shit. One is a pedophile and the other is a scammer. A scammer that likes to point out other scammers. You know what I mean? But we'll get into that a little later. I did want to discuss how these two were like two peas in a pod. And I'm not saying that people cannot end up or stop being friends based on a disagreement or whatever. Based on what ENQI said, the reason why him and POLIGHT don't get along is because POLIGHT pretty much scammed him out of a home or some bullshit like that. And the reason why I don't believe that too much, because one, I know ENQI is a habitual liar, pathological liar. And two, he's been around POLIGHT long enough to know that you should have known that house thing was a scam. You knew all his scams. You were right there, front and center, when he was doing. You knew the status correction shit was bullshit. You knew all that shit was bullshit. So all of a sudden, what you thought he was being genuine because it was you? What really happened between POLIGHT and Dr. ENQI? Was it him almost being homeless and him and his kids had no place to stay? Could have been that? Maybe. Was it some money situation? Maybe. We will never know the truth because both of these niggas is liars. Both POLIGHT and ENQI are liars. You know what I'm saying? But remember, they were part of that whole New Covenant movement, right? That was supposed to be sort of similar to like a Nuwapian movement. And ENQI was right there, front and center. Y'all remember when Kev Gills and Pharaoh, excuse me, Kev Gills and Pharaoh was sitting there exposing the whole Renentet story. And who was right there with POLIGHT, caping for POLIGHT, calling Kev Gills and Pharaoh all types of names because he didn't like the fact that they were going at his man. But ENQI was around this nigga when Renentet was around. He knew that wasn't his daughter. You knew that dynamic. It wasn't no daughterly, father-daughter type of dynamic. You're bugging. You seen it. You didn't give a shit. It wasn't your daughter. You know, so you didn't care. It wasn't your daughter. So you're like, whatever, man. If she wants to be here, it's on her, right? And then all of a sudden, pardon the noise in the background, I'm in my lunch break. All of a sudden, his quote-unquote daughter told him that he needs to fight POLIGHT because POLIGHT is a pedo. No. What it was ENQI was clout chasing. And I got caught up in that shit. ENQI was clout chasing. ENQI was clout chasing Brother POLIGHT. That man don't care about Brother POLIGHT going to prison or not. He'll probably cheer if POLIGHT gets off. Just like the rest of these niggas. Just like the rest of these niggas. If POLIGHT gets off, these niggas will be cheering, calling the mother and daughter all types of liars. Come on, man. You know how that go. I mean, he still, till this day, follows POLIGHT's moves. Y'all see the picture right here. Y'all remember when POLIGHT was standing with that white girl and how much the internet almost exploded because of that? ENQI wanted the same type of reaction, but niggas don't give a fuck about ENQI. And ENQI looks like an idiot standing next to this woman. He looks like a complete idiot. By the way, this picture that's coming up, the reason why I put this picture up here is because that white woman that you see there next to Renentet resembles the white woman that was standing next to POLIGHT. That's the only reason why I did that. And I remember when POLIGHT took that picture, he was like, yeah, she works with one of my wives. I automatically assumed that he was talking about Aminette. He wasn't talking about Aminette. He was talking about Renentet. So if you guys, you could actually use the, at the end of the video, I'm going to put the clip of, not the clip, I'm going to put this video showing Renentet and that lady. And I want y'all to look at that picture and tell me that's not the same woman. You know what I mean? But of course, you've seen ENQI trying to copy POLIGHT's moves. They both used to scam people out of health. Well, ENQI's still scamming people out of health. You see, Polite don't even talk about health no more. He's trying to fix people's credit and take your money and fuck your credit up. What else is there? They were both pseudo quasi Sadie heads. It's just crazy. They both wrote books. You know what I mean? Overpriced books. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, it's just crazy. My thing is that, how is ENQI writing a book? Let me talk about that for a little bit. How is he writing a book if he only has a GED? How is Polite writing a book if he's a high school dropout? See, you got to pay attention to this type of shit. It's a lot of cutting and pasting and bullshit that's going on. You know what I'm saying? And they're going to try and charge you for a PDF or a book that's not worth it. These niggas is exactly the same. Two peas in a pod, birds of a feather flock together. Brothers a new covenant, man. Fuck Dr. ENQI. Fuck Brother Polite. Both of them niggas could burn in hell. Straight like that. I'm DSP. This is Onslaught Multimedia. Y'all be safe. Peace.